Oh dear. Kimi Antonelli in the wall in FP3. Oof. What's up, everybody? Starting the stream to go for qualifying. We got about 30 minutes left, but we definitely had an active FP3, FP1, and FP2, as you can see. F3 race, Bruno Delpino wins. Let's see, the F2 race, I think it was Dirksen, Leon, and then Dunn. I think Colton Herta was like P16 or something like that. I just checked the stats. I didn't actually watch it. But yeah, the big story right now is the red flag that Kimi Antonelli produced at the very end. It was George Russell put in, as you can see him on top there, he put in a monster lap. I believe it was like a 1:19.2, and it was like, as you can see, six tenths ahead of Hamilton. Big push. I think they were both about to do like monster laps that set the stage for everybody else, and they were putting on a show. If both Mercedes were, uh-oh. So then with the widgets, the bit rate is too low. No. Streaming stuff. Let's see if anything populates as we refresh. Let me know if volume is bad or anything like that. Smash cake. What is he doing to this fan? Okay. Nice. I don't know if you're watching along on your TV, but in the broadcast, they're just talking about, I think F2 right now. Let's see what the stream bitrate. Hey, what's up, Julian? Let's see, what is my output? I'm trying to get all of the setups working. $6,500. Apply. Can I apply during the stream? Did they fix that? So on the left we have the or that way, we have basically the timing screens. So you'll see people's times that they come in. We'll be scanning Twitter for things like this, where there was a massive crash from Kimi Antonelli in FP3, and they're trying to figure out if he can actually qualify. I can't show the actual stream of the F1 action, but I can do the Twitter, and then we'll see the track map down there. And this is just testing to make sure everything works and functions properly. but also first qualifying of the season. Gotta stream it. FP3 resumes after 5 minutes of rewaiting. They're talking about FP3, practice 3. Nothing really coming in just yet. Those are the actual times. 119.053 for George Russell, who is the championship favorite. Lewis Hamilton looking much better, ahead of Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari. 6 tenths off of George, though, is a pretty big gap. We'll see how that goes in a qualifying setting. I cannot believe that Fernando Alonso and Aston Martin are so far behind. Lance Stroll didn't even want to drive. Carlos Sainz had an issue in FP3 where he stalled on track. There were a couple of engine issues, actually, in FP3. So we'll see. Kimi Antonelli's car was actually trashed. I don't know if everybody saw that. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, here we go. This was massive. Boom. Demolishes the side of the car, especially since the engineers have 2 hours to fix that. 2 hours is not a lot of time. Yeah. Wrecks the car. That's always the worst when you wreck in the last practice, because then you don't have like a talking about the big incident for the car. First, the hits first on the back portion, which means that there could be a gearbox issue. They're doing a slow motion. They're literally doing a slow motion on the broadcast of this moment right there. Whoops. Where he smacks into the wall. So that's what they're talking about right now, is how trashed the back of the car is. Because a lot of the other stuff is cosmetic, but if they broke any internal parts, that's a big first qualifyings of the season. I'm excited. Hope you're excited. Let me see if we got some more insight. We don't want you to watch just that over and over again. Refresh. The moment so eagerly awaited since the authorization of the development of these single-seaters has finally arrived. We'll finally be able to get a clear idea of the forces at play. So this is where we get all the answers. We've been speculating for literally months. And now we'll see where all the cards fall. I'm hyped. I think that Mercedes showed their hand at the end of FP3 to try and topple Ferrari. My inner Ferrari fan is kind of wincing, but we'll see how this goes. F2, Joshua Dirksen, Alex Dunn was P3, and Noel Leon. That's such an interesting name. I was thinking about it. It's the, I don't know what the term is, but where it's like it reads forwards and backwards. Yeah. Gabriel Bortoleto, with his little radio check. They're already banning videos of the crash, it looks like. That's probably of the one from FP3, maybe? No, it's not. Something FP2. FP3 had a nasty crash, too. Between the two... I don't follow FP3 too well, but like the two Frema red cars, it was between two teammates, and they smashed into the wall super hard to the point where one of the cars was embedded. It delayed FP3, so I wouldn't be surprised if qualifying and everything got like shifted slightly, but we'll see. Oh, that's nice. Toto, before he was frustration, but now he's kind of helping our local 18-year-old. Get back in the system. Get back in the groove. Hopefully get back in the car. George looking like the man to beat, it seems like. Eyes ahead for Cadillac. Definitely since they lost mirrors on either side. Finally going to discover our ranking compared to the teams ahead of us. Goal is double entry in Q3. They're aiming low. That's a little lower than I anticipated them to be aiming for. They've had some strong performances, so we'll see. And actually, not in this one, but in FP1, it was Arvid Lindblad that was in P5 too, so the rookie having a really strong showing there. So that's another thing to watch for, is to see where Lindblad, his name is going to be such an interesting one to figure out this season, where Arvid Lindblad lands. He could be best of the rest. Depends on if he has some of those like rookie challenges. Zach Brown's strongest team looks like Mercedes. Yeah, definitely do. Charles looks strong. Ferrari looks strong. Hamilton had a moment of like strength, and then of course George Russell was like, nope, 6/10. All right, let's see. Yeah, FP3, where was Arvid Lindblad? He was on P11. So the Haas might be their biggest competitors for best of the rest. Gabriel Bortoleto in an Audi. Audi have really impressed. Audi have really impressed in their approach to the season. And they are coming out of the gates so much stronger than I thought that they would. Definitely in contention for best of the rest. Time for the first qualifying of the season. Fatigue is hitting, but I believe the curiosity to know what the true order of forces of Formula One 2026 is this first classification of the year will keep me awake. I agree. I agree. Moment of truth, much awaited. Let's get on with it. Talking about the closest between Ferrari and McLaren, it could be a scenario where we have the Mercedes is as fast as they are actually sandbagging to be, and they're gone, and it's, you know, the 2014 to 2018 era of Mercedes, well, 2019 too. Or it could be, and then Ferrari and McLaren fight for the pieces, and Red Bull develop over the. Oh, try again. Refresh. Oh, it reset. It reset for qualifying. broke everything. Thank you. All right, we are officially in qualifying mode. Alex Brundle's talking right now about the telemetry lines and how everybody is dropping off the speed in the straights to charge the batteries. That's a big talking point the last few days. About to lock in. F1 Australian Grand Prix qualifying live. It's all building up, building up, building up. Heavy crash. Mercedes at turn 2. Yeah, we'll see it again. What are you most excited about for the 2026 F1 season? Hamilton versus Alonso's fight? Alonso ain't anywhere near Hamilton. Max dominating again. Could happen. Leclerc's title moment also could happen. The new young talent, Isaac Hadjar, actually matched Verstappen pretty closely. It was only about 3/10 off in one of the practices. And he was pretty close to him, like 3 positions off in final practice, I think. Let me look. Oh yeah, here's the big F3 crash that happened and delayed. This is the F3 crash that delayed qualifying, or not qualifying, but the free practice 3. They were fighting together, colliding with his teammate. This is where it should have ended, right here. Right there's where it should have ended, but came back at him and boom, they just took each other out. So unfortunate, unnecessary. Right there, yeah, that's a learning mistake that they'll never forget. And thankfully, neither of them were hurt because it could have been really bad, especially with how much damage it happened to the barriers and how embedded one of the cars is. I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. My son woke up and I was just taking care of him. Too loud on that. Looks like a NASCAR race. These 2026 cars, yeah, they look definitely a little bit Formula E-ish. I would agree with Max on that one, actually. Especially after watching the F3 race and F2 qualifying and F2 sprint, it's definitely like the F1 cars are not crazy advanced like they used to be. Yeah, they're just replaying this one. They're on the loading graphic. Opening credits just started. Let's go. Franco Colapinto, Pierre Gasly, Gabriel Bortoletto, Nico Hülkenberg. I really like the new title sequence. F1 title sequence, title 2026. Let me write this in. See if I can find it. Did they post it? Latest. There it is. Yeah, so this is what they're showing right there on the live broadcast, is this graphic. Setting the grid for the opening championship, opening race of the championship. Round 1, Australia, Melbourne. Or Melbourne. I actually really like this graphic, this animation. The motion design came out really good. It's a little bit more slick than last year. Last year they did like the like screens. Now they're doing like a very full virtual, but which I was concerned about, but it came out actually pretty decent. So not too bad. Everybody getting ready. Let's go. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Franquito. Forza Ferrari. Lewis sitting in the car. There you go. They posted it already in the main Australia Grand Prix thing. Crowd shots. David Coulthard talking to Julian Palmer and Alex Jakes are our commentators today. Wonder if I can do something. I want to just check something because I want to see if I can open my tool. Nice. Alright, now I'm going to see if I can do this. I'm just going to do a test. Aha! Then let me open this. Pictures, screenshots. Then I can drag and drop a screenshot directly in from the broadcast to show different things. This is a tool that I built right here that I'm working on developing, called Race Notes. It has a lot of features, but for the moment it will it will be for images. Yeah, dude. Mercedes getting torn up. It's a bit sad. Whenever I do that and grab a screen grab, does it freeze up the this is what we're seeing in the broadcast. Does it freeze up the does it freeze the stream in any way? Whenever I do that, grab a screen grab from the because I grab a screen grab and then I drop it into my tool. Don't count them out yet. I won't. I won't. Nope. Doesn't lag? Sweet. Awesome. Because then I can give you guys little screen grabs of what's happening on the stream. For the people who don't have this going on. And then we have our timing screen here. It's going to take a little bit to get used to all of the logistics I have to pull into place, but yeah, starting to work together. There you go. You got everybody opening laps. Q1 Ollie Behrman in. We've got 17 minutes left. The audio livery, Audi. Yeah, Audi's pretty slick. It's. I feel like it's a little bit less. It's a little bit more. Matte than I would like it to be. It's a little bit more matte coloration wise than I would like it to be, but it's not too bad. The design aspect of it, which I think you're referring to, actually looks really good. Hulkenberg starting a flyer. First one. Man, they just go so slow on the exit, the entry into corners. Like they just drop their speeds because of the battery saving over the course of a lap. Green light. We got Hulkenberg. He's, of course he's green because he's the first one out, but this should get the silver matte and pop in the. Yes, the red being glossy would be awesome. People are all popping out, getting a couple of lines in. Albon is doing a 121.8. Ollie Behrman is a 121.4. Yeah, the glossy red, like reddish, Audi red, orange, like burnt orange red, would be nice. So we're getting a couple of times in, as you can see on the timing screen over there. No, don't do that. Stop braking. The unplanned things that you learned from testing the stream. All right, get that all back together. We're back. Everything's good. We're back. That might happen a couple of times, but this is why first stream, figuring out all the kinks. Norris and Piastri just started their laps. Of course, they are in the green. Let's go! Piastri's 3/10 ahead of Arvid Lindblad in first at 1:21.008. Piastri 1:20.5 setting the benchmark. Hamilton on a purple first sector, which was already immediately taken away. Hamilton, Norris, and Piastri all finishing their laps. Gabriel Bortoleto going to P1 with a 1:20.4. 1:20.495. Come on, Gabriel Bortoleto in an Audi. All the big guns are just taking their time right now, though. So, Bortoleto purples is a statement early on. Man, good for him. Hamilton's on the mediums. Interesting choice. Do we think that it's because the Ferrari reacts better to the medium, or because he's saving softs for getting pole? More than likely just saving softs for getting pole. Yeah, with Lewis on mediums. Bortoleto! Everybody's posting timing screens. That's old. Bortoleto, man, that's crazy that he just locks it in. I mean, but he's trying to get out of Q1. He's like, that's probably the best that he's got in that car right now. George Russell firing it up. Here we go. 2/10 up. Now remember, they were at a 1:19.2. So 1:19.2, 1:19.0.049, I think, was the fastest lap that Russell put out there, and all the others were at the 1:19.4s. So Russell posts a 1:19.8 on this lap. The data is a little bit ahead of the broadcast, so honestly, you guys are getting the information faster than the broadcast is. One of the guys in the Discord server is talking about, it's over, man. George Russell, he's gonna win everything. Both Ferraris on mediums. That's a good point. Interesting choice. I wonder if they're going for, like, we need to try and lock out as much as we can. It's a good sign in Q1 that they can, one, do something that they never were able to do last year, which was, like, they would qualify on the softs and they would barely get out of Q3 sometimes. Like, well, at least in Lewis Hamilton's situation. But I give up. Yeah. Somebody thinks that it's over already. Franco in the elimination zone. I didn't get out of there. Oh, they're upset that Franco is. Yeah, Alpine need to, like, pick up some pace. They were a little bit hyped going into the season, and they have not had an opportunity to deliver. I think every other team has delivered in one way or another based off of their caliber. Alonso 2.7 in P14, but that's probably going to get knocked down. Yep, it already did. And in the statistics, it's down to 16th place. Lindblad about to rocking himself up into second in the broadcast, and Hadjar in third. Holy! My video today that I posted talks about, do we think that Hadjar has broken the curse of the second Red Bull seat? Audi coming in strong. Lindblad, Hadjar, Bortoletto. What? Ruslan Hadbor. That's a dumber version of the Verbotham joke. What does it say? Translate section. Lewis Hamilton continues to push with the mediums, and it's helping him to take third. Yep. A little bit of a shuffle there. Oh, no! Oh, my God. Max! No freaking way! Oh, my God. I gotta get a shot of this. Hang on. Or it's gonna pop up in this, in a second here. Max in the freaking barrier. What? Holy crap! And he is... Oh my God. He's like net P19 too. What the... Are you kidding me? Rear lock or anything. He was just bouncing across the freaking gravel there. Like, I gotta see a replay of this. It's probably gonna show up in a second here in the yeah, he's climbing out. Let's see. So he's going down the main straight. For those of you that don't have access to the broadcast, go down the main straight. Oh my gosh. He's going down the main straight and it just snaps and he just rotates. Did his active arrow close? It does. And then he just tail spins. Whoa. Let's see if somebody posts. Yeah, here you go. Going down the main straight. Then just sideways suddenly. And then he's skipping across the gravel. Car just locked on the rear axles. Fantastic. So the whole rear axle locked up. Max is okay. He's pissed. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh, he's like shaking his hand. His hand's hurt. Yeah, he's doing the like this thing. Red flagged. That's a red flag. Jeez Louise. Lauren McKees does not look happy. I'm wanting to see if anybody updates with a video of it. Dude, that's crazy. I cannot believe that. In Q1, Verstappen is out. Is this a premonition? Is this like a omen showcasing that Max Verstappen not enjoying the car? In one of my videos I talked about this where it's like it was like my predictions where I was like, I don't think he's going to win the championship because freaking I don't think he has the enjoyment. Yeah, he lost it in the braking zone, man. The rear axle just locked up on him, and like it was the weirdest thing where it's just like he's going, like he he's going right, and like basically pushing along, and then in like maybe 2 feet, like it's like within one of these boxes, he's sideways and just like gone. Kind of in a pattern like this, more so than um, anything. Jeez Louise. Come on. There we go. So it's just like he like literally like just in that motion where it's like, let me refresh this and see if we get a video. Yeah, massive. Here's the from earlier Toto whenever he had locked up, ripped the wheel out of his hands. Yeah, that's why his hands got hurt. That's real bad. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. I don't have to do this little demo anymore. Bam, bam, bam. Actually, let's watch this again and watch his hands. Oh, you see that slip? Phew. He felt it go, and then he tried to correct. He tried to correct really hard too. That's a big one there. That's another angle right there. From a fan. Looks like, or no, it's just like the high view. Boom. Dude, that does not have to feel, that does not feel good. It's like the Hambot Ver. It's the Perbot Ver version, because they're 17th, 18th, and 19th. Dude, I did not expect that from Max. I hope the dude's okay too. Yeah, like effed up his hands or something. Like, yeah, watch his hands. Watch his hands on this hit. Boom. Oh yeah, he just like did one of these where it like whipped his hands. Thankfully, it's not like a Daniel Ricciardo thing. A lot of these cars are struggling. Looks like this year Verstappen is human though. Jeez. Can happen to anyone. He's not been happy with the car though. This whole weekend start. We got Norris at the beginning of the pit lane. Session restarts in 55 seconds. Actually, let me jump forward just a little bit because in 24 seconds, make sure I'm up to speed. I would love to see the analysis of his inputs to see if this had to do with. I don't think it had to do with active arrow because he closed the active arrow a little bit before it happened. It might have to do with like the super clipping, as they call it, and like the throttle to brake ratio that you have to do to like enter corners. It could be that is a suspect. I'm not sure, but definitely a unsuspected. Wow, you mean the car matters? Yeah, a little bit. I mean, well, me watching the replay of Max Verstappen's crash, Oh my gosh, this guy. Is this from? Yeah, this is from soccer. I was about to say this is from soccer, but yeah, Josh Durden. Yes, awesome. Antonelli, like, I'm not the only one. I thought Max could win a race in a Pinto. I mean, he's pretty darn good. I think this showcases more so issues with Red Bull than issues with Max, because Max plus a Red Bull that he doesn't enjoy equals that. Because he's been very vocal about how little he enjoys this style of driving, and I want to see him competitive just because I love this sport. But I don't know if like he will be as competitive as we think. Just need to know that Max didn't seriously hurt his hands and the rest is secondary. I agree. I agree. I don't want him hurt. Whether you agree with his driving styles or not, nobody wants to see that. Lindblad's on a flyer right now. I see that we have 7 concurrent viewers. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully you're enjoying the stream. Chilling, watching the chaos that already has ensued in Q1. We're only in Q1, guys. We're 22 minutes in and it's only Q1. We're at the end. Sounds like a dude making excuses to me. Nah. Arvid Lindblad after first attempt, Q1, P2, 1 minute, 1 minute 20.4. He's currently in 4th place. This Lindblad kid is actually pretty impressive. Also, been watching he's 1.2 seconds off on that run. He's just like, I guess, doing an installation lap. Lost enough to P9 to split the Audis. I feel like that's pretty crazy that Arvid Lindblad is pushing this hard. He's the rookie, man. Like, what? Hamilton, 119.8. Let's go. Was that first man into the 119s? No, Russell had a 19.8. 19.8. Got Hamilton, Antonelli, and Piastri. Antonelli up to 3rd. That's great. Good to see that. Oh yeah, here's literally what we see on the screen right now. Got 8 people in here. Welcome. Did you guys see the Max Verstappen situation? If you didn't, yeah, he is currently in P20. Let me find a clip of the situation that we all saw. Charles Leclerc. Oh, Charles Leclerc lock up. Big lockup. Russell responds. Ferrari, Hamilton takes the lead. Yeah, it doesn't last very long. Welcome to the Ferrari fan club. Our positive moments are fleeting. But I will take being in the top 6 over getting knocked out in Q1 or being in the drop zone constantly. So, Toto. I still can't believe it that Max is out. That is unbelievable. Lindblad on another run, still nine tenths. I think that he squeezed all he can out of the car for this qualifying, for this track evolution. If you, they just said it in the chat, in the broadcast. Would you believe that Fernando Alonso is currently out qualifying Verstappen right now? Sainz and Stroll not running. Stroll because of obvious reasons. Sainz because of... dude, I actually... Side note, it is actually kind of frustrating the fact that, like, you'll see yellow sector, and, like, even more so than whenever it was like they were like not improving, and then they improve massively and get a purple sector or something like that, and then like bump up. It's like it's hard to read right now when cars are on good runs or bad runs, because they'll be like significantly in the yellow, and then they'll get a green, and then they'll pop up like 4 or 5 spots. And that's just because of like the nature of this driving style. Like, I feel like, yeah, please let your hands be all right, Max. So Antonelli, we're closed out. Antonelli pops up to 6th. He's probably good. Ferraris are good. Gasly on a run. 14th. I mean, we can see it in the timing screen, but I'm kind of watching on the broadcast for now. See if we got any more juicy stuff. Ferrari giving me so much hope. No! Don't give me hope! Unbelievable. So that's confirmed. Alonso, Perez, Bottas, Verstappen, Sainz, and Stroll, who didn't run. But Verstappen, the shock Q1 exit. Antonelli, what a recovery. Thank you guys, you're the best. Oh my god, thank you, he says. He is very grateful. What a masterclass by the Mercedes engineers right there. That is like, I don't think you can explain how big of a deal that is to get a car that is literally destroyed and then in 2 hours flip it around to have it in the top 6 in Q1 to make it operate effectively as it's designed to and supposed to. That is crazy. Kudos to you guys. GG. GG, Mercedes. This is not boring. Did you see Max spinning out? That's crazy. Carlos misses out on competitive qualifying. Very tricky start, but many problems. Now we really need to find the pace, Perez is saying. Perez is talking to the team. Perez 18th, Bottas 19th. Well done, everyone. First quali done. First of many, so only way is up. Thanks for your help so far this weekend. That's Bottas's radio message. And there we go. George Russell got a little bit of a slipstream there, didn't he? I've genuinely missed the feeling of not having to worry about Lewis making it through Q1. Gosh, what have I been through? Oh my god, I totally identify with this post. Yes, 100%. Not having to worry about just like a random Q1 exit because the card is crap, Lewis is down, depressed, and not feeling up to it. Having challenges, struggles. Is this Carlos? He was like in the car, he just didn't drive? Interesting. Okay. Yeah, Max, I'm sorry, dude. That's a crazy shock. Yep, Perez, Bottas, Verstappen, Sainz, Stroll. How about that? All right. That opens up a slot in the top four teams. So somebody could be in the top 8. That's unexpected. I'm anticipating that being Arvid Lindblad. I'm anticipating that being. It's like Elf. World's best cup of coffee. Good job. Tastes like a crappy cup of coffee. Yep. Everybody's replaying the. No one cares about that. This is not about politics right now. This is Formula One, guys. Well done, guys. It's been a very tricky start with many problems, but we're getting there. Now we really, really need to find the pace. They'll get there, just one step at a time. Yeah, big shock there. Wait. Something haywire early in the braking zone, they said. It's about the regeneration issue. Like, they're regenerating energy, and like Max basically between regenerating energy and redundant brakes. Alex Brundle's talking about like if they are generating energy and redundant braking, it can create some awkward moments like that, and probably there will be opportunities for that to be developed out of the car or get worse. So we'll see. Hopefully not get worse. After qualifying 1, which qualifying 2 starts right now, everybody's in the pit lane. George Russell, Oscar Piastri, Lewis Hamilton, Lando Norris, everybody that's here, the outs. Fernando Alonso, Sergio Perez, Valtteri Bottas, Max Verstappen, Carlos Sainz, Lance Stroll. And we'll see how Q2 goes. Again, qualifying is different where we're going to be losing the next 6. You can see on the red on the, it's over there, the knockout zone. Q2, let's go. They're all lining up, getting ready for Q2. Kimi Antonelli thanking his team for fixing the car. So I'm anticipating who do we think's getting in the P8 through P10 slots, because I feel like it's going to be the McLarens, the Ferraris, the Mercedes. That's 6, and then Hajar, and then probably Lindblad, one of the Haas's, and I would see an Audi. I would see like Lindblad, like Behrman, Bortoleto would be a good storyline where it's the 3 rookies fighting for the bottom of the top 10. That would be kind of cool. Hamilton just started a flyer. We got Leclerc on a flyer too. Purple sectors, of course, because Q2, nobody's run yet. He's on our flyer right now. If you're just joining, we're trying to decide who is going to be in the bottom 3 slots now that Verstappen has given a spot. The usual suspects of... Did he back off? I guess he did back off. Charles Leclerc got a purple sector. Excuse me, sorry. Such a bad crash where his like hands whip. That was crazy. Carlos not in there. Leclerc, purple, topped. 120. Hamilton is, I think, on a flyer right now. They're not showcasing him right now. Yeah, Mercedes team deserves a salute for completing the repairs to Kimi Antonelli's damaged car in record time, enabling him to participate and succeed in qualifying. That is some major kudos. Big deal for Mercedes. What's going on with the deployment, Brian? We are checking. I don't know if that's actually what was played. I didn't see it. I didn't catch it, so it wasn't in the broadcast yet. But somebody just making fun of Ferrari. We are checking. Russell purple in the first sector. Antonelli's green in both sector 1 and sector 2. They're both on flyers. We'll see how they come out. Antonelli tops. Russell still purple. He's going to top in a second. Yeah. Ooh, the first 18. 118.9. Good Lord. That is actually crazy. Pulling out all the stops now. They're like not able to hide anything anymore. Heard something in the house. I'll be right back. 1 second. Sorry about that. Heard something weird in my house and my family's asleep, so. Hamilton on a flyer. Sorry about that, guys. Thank you for hanging out, by the way, with me while we're doing this. Watching through. Antonelli passing a blue flags. Oh, he's going a little wide on final penultimate turn. I've done that a million times in F1 2024, 2023. I didn't play 25 because it wasn't any good. They started going towards more of the controller base, and that's not. Ooh, Hamilton's getting weighed. The random inspection check. And they'll let him go. What is this? This is not. This is the wrong era, guy. We're talking about latest. Yeah, there's Max going. See ya. Brian, delay throttle exit turn 2 to avoid the issue is the response to... So it was an actual... something was going on with the deployment in Charles Leclerc's car, and got a command to... where was it? I just lost it. To delay throttle exit turn 2. So they're figuring out deployment and like throttling and inputs and outputs and where they can best apply both braking and throttling to, like, because they have to do a bunch of, oof, what the? Leclerc just had a terrible lap. That's not good. Oh God, Hamilton P16, bro, get a lap. Get out of there. 24 seconds behind. Please. Why are you backing out of so many of your laps? I agree with this person where I just saw. Ferrari making me nervous. Stop. Stop. Come join us, Max. All the people who have been... Yeah. Max crashed. First qualifying, Q1, washed. Dude, what the heck is Ferrari doing with... you guys better be lining up something magical, okay? You got Ferrari's Hamilton in the garage. That's no good, please no. They're sending him out. Oscar Piastri is about to go out in a second too. They're all lining up their final runs. But why the heck is Hamilton not just landing a lap, putting himself in a pressurized position where he basically has to nail one lap? Or he's probably lining it up so that he'll get 2 flying laps. But still, like, that's you bail out of one, and you sacrifice the other one. This could go bad. Oh, please, Hamilton. Please don't do this to me again. I watched this crap all last year, and now you're, like, able to nail it out on track on new softs. They put them on new softs. So switch tires. Mercedes advantage is disgusting, everybody's saying. We'll see come race starts. Lewis, I'm gonna throw up. Please get the F out of there. Dude, yes, I feel it. I'm so there. I'm like, please don't let this be another year of Ferrari choke. Hamilton choke. Come on, Hamilton. Bring that Hamilton of old. We need it. We need it ASAP. Learn to sit back and observe. Not everything needs a reaction. Oh my God. So we got Hulkenberg on a flyer. Let's see what he can do. Got a podium. His first podium last year. Longest standing record without a podium. Longest standing record of races without a podium. But he finally broke that curse. Going through turn 9 and 10 clean, but a little sluggish, a little bit like squirrely. A little bit of a wiggle, so it wasn't able to get as much exit speed. Cuts the curb on turn 11, 12. I know I'm a little bit far behind. Penultimate corner, and then coming out the final corner a little bit earlier, and a little bit of resetting the wheel. And he goes to 9th. Lewis, wake up! Yellow sector and yellow sector 1. What are you doing, bro? P6? 6? Bro! You gotta hustle in order to get another lap in. You gotta hustle your... Oh my gosh, please, no. Everybody's yellow. Everybody's yellow. This is what I'm talking about earlier, where like it's so hard to read 118.9 in these yellows, yeah. This is what I'm talking about, where it's like this regulation with like the borderline engine braking, like super clipping nonsense makes this so weird with like the yellow sectors and the green sectors, where they're like intentionally slowing on certain straights, because it's like micro sectors probably matter more now. They have that newly added into the graphics package, but I don't know, man. All right, Leclerc. Max leaving the medical center. May his hands be okay. Probably a little sore, but I think he's okay. I woke up for this. No. I feel bad for our Europe side friends. Waking up nice and early. Leclerc P2. Heck yeah. Now Hamilton, get your butt up there, please. Complaining about energy release. Lewis and Leclerc complaining about energy release. That's uh-oh. Uh-oh. Final minute of Q2. Got a couple of final runs coming through, at least on the timing screen. Oh, Hajar is in P5. Dude, good effort from him, honestly, to pick up that second Red Bull and actually perform. That's crazy. Franco Colapinto out. Hulkenberg out. Lawson locked into P9. Come on, Hamilton. What the heck are you doing with a .9, almost a second off the leaders? Don't do this crap to me, man. Don't do this anymore. No more of this. Look at this. So our final tally is out. P11. Oh, Albon. Albon's going off. He went grass cutting. Hamilton had a situation too. Turn 1. Oh, he just whiffed turn 1. Lost the rear. These cars are getting pressurized, and it's definitely showing. So we have P11 Hulkenberg, P12 Behrman, P13 Ocon, P14 Gasly, P15 Albon, P16 Colapinto. So the 3 slots are Lindblad, Lawson, and Bortoleto. Gabriel Bortoleto, dang man. He's a silent killer right now. He's been showing up in that Audi. Both Audis did. Hulkenberg was 0.082 away from being in Q3. Bortoleto is stuck on track, it looks like. There's our ending lineup for Q2. Bortoleto is stuck on the side of the pit lane. He's stuck in second gear, it seems like, they said. Yeah, right here. This is what's happening. That's what's going on. Jeez. Alright, Bortoleto. Ferrari better put their act together. Lewis must be at the front step tomorrow. Hulkenberg, both the Haas, both the Alpine, Albon out in Q2. Yep. This is Ferrari to a T. Ferrari starts strong and it fizzles out without being a technical expert. It seems to me that it has a bit of a weak battery when it comes to recharging. Fair assessment, fair assessment. Probably a little bit more complicated than that, but yeah. Not like this. Yeah, Bortoleto has standstill on the pit entry. It just dies right as he gets... Oh! It dies when he goes into the... He nearly clocks the back of his teammate. Or was that Hulkenberg flying around his teammate? Lawson getting real close to being... Jeez. Lindblad speeding up towards Bortoleto stranded. He's got Lawson next to him, trying to figure out what's going on. Miscommunications, misreading, and he about just like rammed into the back of him. There might be a video of it soon here. Right now, we are doing this here. Let me get rid of this example thing. Refresh it. Cool. This is what's happening on the live stream right now. So what happened in the pit lane while we're waiting, if you haven't seen it, we had Lawson, we had Lindblad, and we had a stalling Bortoleto, and we had a, here's the pit straight, and it's like locked in, and pretty much Lindblad was speeding down, he got to a point here and just locked up, stopped right next to him, and then it almost like went into his teammate, but yeah. We got Ruth Buscom and Juan Pablo Montoya talking about the Mercedes power unit being pretty strong. Particularly about the regeneration of the power unit. That seems to be their strength point, and probably their biggest. Like whenever everybody talks about like how strong the Mercedes engine is, that's what they're talking about, is the recharge. Domination! Hopefully not, but from the looks of it, everything that was said about Mercedes was right. And all of us Ferrari fans can... Dang it, man. I want it to be a competitive season. The race starts. We still have the race starts. Alright, we got 2 minutes on the clock before the next session. It might screw up the dashboard settings. This thing and the thing on the far other side of the on the other side of Twitter. When it switches to Q3, but I'll just reset it whenever it gets to that. Here we go. Here's a power run. So, lower speed, throttling a little bit through braking. Or like, actually, no, that's a shift. So, dropping. What in the world is going on here with the brakes? What is that? Did you see that? That's interesting. I'm not really the most like technical guy when it comes to like the lines, but I know that is unique. Because see, there's like one hard brake hit, release, brake hit, release for most of the other cars, but brake, throttling, their speed is up to higher. It was always lower, and all the other times it was like their max speed was lower, where they were lifting. Now they're throttling through the whole entire corners, or the straights. Sorry, that's interesting. Alright, we're in qualifying now. Interesting. The concept of Toto experiencing joy. He will not be able to participate due to problems with the car, so he will start 10th in the Australian Grand Prix. That's crazy. Problem with the car right at the end means no Q3 and performance, but at least he made it. Oscar pull on the cards. Do you think Oscar can pull out the P1? Ooh, Antonelli has a big, wow, big power slide. What is all of this? I don't want to see this. Let's see. Come on. Q3 starting. I'm not sure if that was from him on his outlap where he fishtailed. What is going on here? Are they doing the clown meme? Is that what's going on with this guy? Nice. Brazilian driver received assistance from the marshals. Prohibited by the FIA regulations, which disqualifies him from always. So he had an issue with the car, but he had to use the marshals to get back, so they disqualified him from Q3. That's what happened. So it's not necessarily that the car had an issue. It's more so that something happened. He had to get back to the garage, probably to be able to restart it. And then because the marshals touched the car, he wasn't able to compete in Q3. So P10 for Bortoletto. Brutal once again. Looking at the crash from Q1, Max Verstappen with the energy restore to braking ratio, and it just threw him. All right, Hamilton, let's go, bud. Let's do this. Let's do something. Don't do this nonsense where you just like fizzle out at the end. No more of that. That's last year. Get rid of that. Purple, because you're the only one running right now. Time for the top 10 shootout. Let's go, Hamilton. Oh no. There's a car part on the track. Some sort of car part. This is what we're seeing right here. Oops. This is what we're seeing. This car part that's... I think it's a piece of the Mercedes is what they're saying. Oh, it's a, it's like a air unit. There's one on both sides. One went into a gravel and one went into the track. Red flagged as a count on account of it. Oh my gosh, wait, hang on a second. Somebody hit it. Got obliterated. Now it looks like this. It looked like that last round, now it looks like this. Just shrapnel on the ground. And there's the other one over here in the gravel. I think it was Lando Norris that hit it. Whoa. Let me get a shot of this. Bam. Lando Norris shattering it. Hit a lot of debris, he says. But that's, yeah, that's like what he hit right there. Smacked it, destroyed it. It damaged their front left wing a little bit. They've got a little bit of a tiny crack. It's not too bad though. Oh my gosh. Forgot to remove it from Kimmy's car. There it was. They left it in the duct there, the inlet. And it popped out. They had it on both sides too, so they left both of them. Unfortunate. McLaren are assessing the damage of the front wing right now. Yeah, here you go. See, it's shattering. Lando Norris hit it. Two pieces of Kimi Antonelli's car fall off. No, it's the things that it's the cooler fans not parts of the car. Lando Norris hit, resulting in red flag. Yeah, they're all just guesstimating what exactly it was. Yeah, that's definitely not part of the car. That's just like a little air fan. Radiator cooler. Radiator cooling device, as David Coulthard says. Driving out. They're showing Kimmy driving out. Excuse me. With the piece in there, and you can see it over there. Let me. What do you guys think about this little feature where I can like drag and drop a image in to show you from exactly the broadcast? But see, there it is. And they basically like he was up here. Coming through, whoops, and it like popped off out and like boom, 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 all the way over here. Now the McLaren mechanics are trying to hide. Why are you trying to hide it? It's just a front wing, man. Everybody can see it. One of the guys like, stand in the way. Body ball? Body ball? Resuming in 2 minutes. Everybody's pulling out onto the main pit straight though. Oh yeah, it's getting late. I'm getting old. Yeah, here you go. More of the dramas. FIA stewards investigation after the race, or after the qualifying for Kimi Antonelli. Stewards incident, unsafe conditions, as you can see down here. You can see all the flag calls down there. They ask you how you are, and then you have to say you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand. Like, as a Lando fan right now, because why is everything going wrong for us? Have you been a Lewis Hamilton fan before? What about us? Lewis Hamilton fans where everything freaking goes wrong all the freaking time? I mean, part of that is just Hamilton's fault. No offense to my GOAT, but yeah, he was just not in a good way last year. He's looking definitely more like himself, much better, less likely. Oh, here you go. Less likely a just jumping into a new Ferrari with a little bit more of his essence in it, or DNA as he calls it, and then going full speed, everything good. Might be a little bit more of a build-up. Green light at the pit exit. The stream, the broadcast is 41 seconds behind the live timing sheet that we have here, because we get the actual data from the track versus getting the data from the broadcast, which is already on a delay. So Paramount Plus pit wall. I don't care. Is anybody watching on Apple TV Plus or Apple TV? I've heard that it's not as good of an experience as F1 TV. F1 TV is where I'm watching it currently, because it's the best. I haven't watched the Sky Sports broadcast. I I've heard that they like used the Sky Sports broadcast. Oh my god, Sky Sports broadcasts. But I think they just used the F1 TV one. It's just not as good, and they have ads. I've heard that the adpocalypse has come to Apple TV. They're trying to milk it for all it's worth. It's really frustrating when companies do that. Yeah, here's all the... but the only one to change the wing directly, I don't know. They're wasting too much time. Check out for quality. Front wing's kind of important to qualifying, so it's a good thing to check it pretty thoroughly. Alright. Final 8 minutes. Let's go. Predictions for pole? Anybody? George Russell? Piastri? We're starting at a 130.057. Keeping Antonelli's car because Mercedes don't have any spare cooling fans. Ah! Burning. I mean, honestly, it's kind of fine because if tomorrow they don't have the fans, they're going to be not cooling during the race. So, I mean, it just basically it's performance and getting the car in the right window. Ooh! Antonelli goes off again. Let me get a shot of this for you. Off into the gravel, man. There you go. That just happened right there. Russell. Let's see how you do. Whoa, he was close to Hajar. Or, not Hajar, he was passing somebody. 119.084. 119.084 for Russell. That is top by a lot right now. I mean, still got some heavy hitters to put some runs in. See our Hajar comes out. P3. $119,084. Leclerc. Jeez. Piastri. Dang. Alrighty. Ferraris are freaking weak, man. Out the gate. What is this? A second off? Come on, Ferrari. Jeez. Yes. 100% yes. I knew the Mercedes were sandbagging. Norris P2. Nice, nice. Piastri. It's your home race, man. Come on. It must be like you got an extra couple of tenths in there. Very disappointing from Ferrari. I agree. With David Coulthard, which is rare. Antonelli going wide. There's probably gonna be video of it soon. He just locks up bad going into turn 3. Ferrari, please don't freaking do this to me this year. I can't with this crap, man. This is not going to be another year of disappointment. Please. Although, freaking... Russell. Ferrari always being Ferrari. Hadjar P3 right now. Oh my gosh. Max Verstappen crashes out. And Isaac Hadjar is P3. What the heck? Dude, the curse is broken. Isaac Hadjar. What a madman right now. Going from last year, his rookie season, crashes in the formation lap in the Racing Bulls, gets promoted to Red Bull. Now he is taking. It's like the Captain Phillips meme. Look at me, I am Verstappen now. Why are we so slow? Why are we that slow? Mercedes massively sandbagging. Holy crap, dude. Yeah. And Ferrari's race pace was what I was worried about. I thought they were going to be like a glass cannon qualifier. So here's the thing. Ferrari need to be consistent in the race and really rely on their reliability, because there have been a couple of shaky moments for the Mercedes engine. If Mercedes are this strong and this powerful, but they don't have over the course of the season all the races as consistent of reliability, there are some big opportunities for Ferrari and McLaren, honestly. Antonelli, purple's middle sector, he's coming for pole. Oh my gosh. Come on. Russell, purple P1, he's right on his tail. Antonelli on the timing screens coming through. 18.8, 18.5, it looks like for the... And Russell came and snatched it by 0.3. Hamilton's on an improvement. But is it going to even be a freaking enough? Hadjar back to P3. Mercedes, holy, dominating rules. Yeah, Mercedes domination, rule change incoming, probably. Ferrari going to need that P9 to P1 start from Lewis Hamilton after this craziness. I mean, it's the most predictable. Dude, Hamilton 0.003 of a second away from the McLarens. Hamilton. Yeah, Hamilton a second off. Jeez. It's okay. To be honest, as a Hamilton fan, P7, I'll take it. I know we've got Lawson, Lindblad, and Bortoletto behind us. But yeah, Leclerc, all right, GG. Solid to pull out a P4. We know that there's pace in there. Hadjar in P3 makes me concerned that when Max Verstappen doesn't spin out, he's going to be probably a contender. And I think that Ferrari is battling McLaren. Holy. Mercedes front row. All right. Pole. George Russell wins the championship. GG. It's over. Going home. Good night. No, I was kidding. A lot can happen in a race. That's all I'm saying. You win points on the Sunday. Or in this case on the Saturday. Tomorrow. George Russell leads us off the line for tomorrow. Our top 10 are Russell, Antonelli, Mercedes 1-2, Hadjar with a shock P3. Holy cow, that is actually really impressive. To go from your rookie year to P3, most underappreciated driver right now, I think. Leclerc P4, Piastri beats Norris, P5 and 6. P7 Hamilton, P8 Lawson, P9 Lindblad. Bortoletto, who did not drive in qualifying 3. We don't know what kind of pace he could have pulled out in the last stint, but he is a P10 after a car issue, but it wasn't debilitating. It was more so just the marshals touched it, and so therefore he was disqualified. World champs to midfield in a one-off season. Yeah. Oy. That's gonna be an interesting one. Let's get a graphic here. See if anybody's posted anything. 8/10. Yeah, dude, that's the big thing, is that everybody else is like 6/10. No, that's like 5/10 between Antonelli and Hadjar. So it's 5/10 to the Red Bulls, and I'm assuming Max would probably be in that slot too. Ferrari got some work to do and some answers to. The Tifosi are going to be demanding some answers for sure. Oy. GG, Russell, GG. The only person that can defeat George Russell right now is himself. If he has the Mercedes consistency that he has last year with this car, that's it. GG, well played. But if he doesn't, and if he can't hold on to that, then there might be some mix-up in the championship order, and we might have a fight this year. But yeah, it's George Russell's to lose. It's basically like, is George Russell going to drop the ball? Is Antonelli going to step up? He's not far off. 3/10 off. 3/10 off the pole is pretty impressive. But holy crap, he was off in the gravel. Had an issue with like driving off without the with the coolers on, scattering them across the track. Massive, massive crash in FP3. Antonelli performed, but at what cost? Pretty costly. If I would say a standout that was pretty shocking, Isaac Hadjar controlling the wild second Red Bull seat and getting it to P3 in the absence of Max Verstappen is a big deal. Arvid Lindblad in P8 behind 8-time world champion Lewis Hamilton, who is in the Ferrari, who has been all up in the news this year, or in this last couple of months leading up to this. That is a big deal. Franco Colapinto in P16 making it out of Q1. Both Alpines making it out of Q1 is okay. Oliver Behrman and Esteban Ocon. Gabriel Bortoleto, another call out. How am I watching F1? So I use F1 TV because I don't trust Apple TV just yet. Nate Baum, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. But yeah, I have Apple TV, and then I use, you can actually even use this tool, F1 dash. It's like F1 dash and then DASH, and that's where I'm getting the statistics here and then the map grid. You can watch it on Formula One, but yeah, I have F1 TV. There's our podium right there. Man, Max crashing early stages of Q1. Hadjar on the podium right now. He's talking crazy. This is what we're seeing on the broadcast right now. Is they're talking to Hadjar. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I appreciate you stopping by, man. We'll be here tomorrow for the race as well. It's late, but first race, can't miss it. I'm gonna try and stream as many as we can, but yeah, so wild. I could not have predicted that in a million years. There was a lot of shocks. FP3. There were a lot of crashes today. Did you watch the F3 race? Had a big crash in it. F2. Also. Make sure to stop by. Sure. Yep. It'll be interesting because daylight savings is happening. So we're gonna start it at 11. So I'll be on at 10:30. I'll be on 30 minutes before the race starts, and then we'll be doing the same as we did today with qualifying play-by-play, browsing Twitter, and yeah, this is the crash here. What a contrast, right? Pole and disaster, and how to finish up this picture. Kim Illman. Oh my God, what a clutch photo for the ending. But yeah, we'll be running through. We'll have all the statistics up. I'm watching on F1 TV. Yeah, Apple TV is weird. We'll see how that goes. That's a whole conversation to have. And then I've got my Race Notes app that I'm developing, which basically, fun little thing. I'll be like walking through, like racing lines and corners and stuff like that, and I can set braking points, and it's still super buggy, but yeah, we'll see. Drag cars onto them, and then it will be a racing line. I can set the braking points if I want to, 55 brake pressure. F1 TV is, I think it's like And you can play it. And I can do like that. Yeah, this Bezier curve is not correct. This is just for example, but yeah. And then I can I can bring in nodes where I can do like a telemetry node, and I can say, okay, driver's telemetry. Let me look at Hamilton's telemetry, right? And it will load in. Might not be because the session's not live, but I can load in tire strategies. I can load in all kinds of these different nodes and stuff that I'm working on developing. Hopefully by the end of the year it works, and then I can make it public and available for people. But position charts, yeah, that'll show positions. It's not loading because it's not live. I didn't pull it up, but I can do head-to-heads where I can say like Hamilton versus Leclerc, right? And it'll populate with the data while it's live. It just ended. I probably should have pulled this up to test it while everything was going. But yeah, lots of fun stuff. F1 TV is, let me find an answer for you real quick. I think it's like $12. Subscription comparison. They have like a pro version that is like $2.99 where you can like basically listen to the broadcast, and then they have a full version which is like, I think it was $9.99, but I think it went up, and then they have the full like Apple TV, whatever the heck that is going on. Straight. Let me put a hairpin, and then I can go into select mode, and I can stop there, and then I can basically like, this is going to be like basically a racing tool, race training tool, where you can move the apex lines and stuff like that. And wish they did a free version. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to provide, is like at least the closest thing to a free version. Let me put that there. Then you can set your braking point at 75% brake pressure, or 790 apparently, 75% brake pressure. And then on the apex you want to go to 100% throttle. And then lock in on the car. I can drop the speed down so I can like walk through it. We can speed it up, and you can have multiple cars running too. So it would be, you know, like I'm just doing a quick whatever, but if I stop it and then I go out here, I can like fix this Bezier curve in select mode. I can fix the Bezier curve, I think. Yeah, there we go. Get it a little bit rounder, and then snap to the car, play it again, right? And then you can basically like, once I have that, I can make another dude, and let's say we're gonna do like a switchback, right? So you can kind of build some cool little racing maneuvers, and then add another car like Hamilton, right? And then let me actually reset, and then I mean, they're running over each other right now, but you can basically see he doesn't brake. He would brake like later. I would have to set his braking points, and then I can actually like position them correctly, but you can have multiples on there, and pretty fun. It's still in like very early beta. You can write annotations. You can do text fields where you can write notes. Yeah, this is Race Notes app that I'm working on developing. So anyway, thank you guys for stopping by, checking out the qualifying. Some cool moments. I'm probably going to be doing a quick video tomorrow morning. So look out for that. And then 30 minutes before 30 minutes before the race, we will be live and ready to rumble. So thanks again. Like, subscribe if you want to see more stuff and more live streams. This is first one, so it's a little bit rough and sketchy, but trying to do my best. Appreciate the love, and I will see you all tomorrow. Cheers, guys.